From Peninsula TV studio in San Carlos, SBC, the San Mateo Credit Union, and Wells Fargo present the Bay Area's hottest game show, Peninsula Quiz Kids. And now, the best host on the West Coast, Brad Friedman.
Thank you, thank you. Thank you, and welcome to the semifinals of the 4th season of Peninsula Quiz Kids. We have here two incredible teams that for the last 2 years have actually made it to our final match. So we know they are strong, and we know they're eager to beat each other. Over here we have the Crystal Springs Upland Griffins. And they're taking on our 3-time champs, the Menlo Atherton Bears. The fans are in a frenzy out here, so let's start right away with the collaboration round. You know how to play. I have here a series of questions worth 10 points. In each set of the round, I will ask first this team and then this team their own question. You'll have about 10 seconds to collaborate. Your captain, Daniel, will give me, the answer that you think is correct. If you get it right, you score the points. If not, the other team can steal the points by collaborating and giving me the right answer. Okay, we'll go back and forth until we hear the buzzer signal at the end of the round. Good luck to both teams. Here is the first question for Crystal Springs. They are caused by vertical movements of the sea floor and not from the gravitational force that affects the tides. Give the Japanese term for these waves, sometimes called tidal waves in English.
Tsunami.
Tsunami is right. Okay, M.A. What concept is defined as a proprietary word, letter, symbol, or device pointing distinctly to the product of one producer?
Trademark?
Yes, it is a trademark for 10. In what ancient play by Euripides does the anti-heroine get revenge on her ex-husband Jason by murdering his children?
Medea?
Yes, Medea. What two substances are produced when sodium hydroxide reacts with hydrochloric acid?
Sodium chloride.
Daniel?
Sodium chloride and water?
Yes, salt and water. I don't put too much sodium chloride on that hamburger. That's how I get. The catchphrase, "We're here to pump you up," was used by what bodybuilder characters played by Kevin Nealon and Dana Carvey on Saturday Night Live?
Hans and Franz.
Hans and Franz.
Hans und Franz, yes. He has a strange way of showing his daughter Gilda he loves her. He helps the Duke's men kidnap her, lets her be seduced by the Duke, and then watches her die after she is stabbed by the assassin he hired to kill someone else. Name this title character of an opera by Verdi.
Don Giovanni.
That's not correct. You can steal.
Otello?
No, it's Rigoletto. Next question goes to you, however. What former general ran for president in 1864 against Abraham Lincoln, 2 years after Lincoln fired him for not fighting enough?
McClellan.
Yes, General George McClellan, that's right. M.A., what British philosopher defended absolute sovereignty as the only way to prevent life from being nasty, brutish, and short in his Leviathan?
Hobbes.
Thomas Hobbes, that's right. When the equation r squared equals a squared sine 2 theta is graphed, the resulting curve, known as a lemniscate, is shaped like what commonly seen symbol?
What?
Daniel.
Infinity sign?
Yes, affinity or a figure eight. You got it. Pulled that one out of your bag of tricks, didn't you? A derailleur. A derailleur. Derailleur. I swear to God. Is the part of a 10-speed bike that lets you change gears. Spell the word derailleur.
D-E-R-A-I-L-L-E-U-R. I don't know. That was my best guess. I know it's French, it's just something D.
I'm going to let Jessica answer this.
Why don't you kind of do like, and then I'll pretend it's coming out of your mouth. Okay. Go ahead, Jessica.
D-E-R-A-I-L-L-E-U-R.
You got it, 10 points. After oil executive Harry Sinclair received leases to drill on federal land without preparing a competitive bid, Interior Secretary Albert Fall went to jail as part of what 1923 scandal?
Teapot Dome scandal?
Teapot Dome, yes, sir. His 1840 article on cryptography offered a prize to anyone who could send a coded message that he couldn't read. One cipher he published after the contest was over was not solved until the year 2000. Name this American author whose short story about a cipher was called The Gold Bug.
Hawthorne?
No, it's not Hawthorne. Can you tell us?
No, I should know this, but I don't.
Brian Breggy?
No. No, it's a mystery, and the father of the mystery short story of America is Edgar Allan Poe. That signals the end of the round. We show at this time Menlo Atherton 40, Crystal Springs 60. These three gentlemen from Crystal Springs Upland have come in the middle of a 2-week spring break to play this game. And I just want you to know on behalf of everybody in this theater that we hate you. We are all at school working very hard, but you guys are playing around. Daniel Weisfield, what are you doing this spring break for fun?
I've been helping my grandfather. He just moved, and I've been helping him repair his house. So I've been sandblasting windows, installing windows. I helped him weld in his workshop.
I'm starting to feel better. Keep going.
And I also went to the library and got a big old stack of fun things to play with during these 2 weeks.
So you're kind of taking a break and watching movies?
Yeah.
So what'd you get?
Last night I watched Raging Bull, the Robert De Niro.
Great film.
Which got me a little bit psyched up for this, if you know what I mean. And La Dolce
Everybody
Vita
watch
by
it over
Fellini,
there.
and some good stuff.
Good, good for you. Well, have fun helping your grandpa. It's very nice of you to spend your break doing that. Brian Breggy, what have you been doing for your trip? For your, I know what he did, so.
I took a trip to the East Coast. I
did?
went to Manhattan and then down to DC and visited a bunch of friends I have there.
How many musicals and plays did you see on Broadway?
Oh, I was eating instead, so I went to lunch and dinner and missed plays.
You're worthless.
Well,
Worthless to me.
Maybe, but.
Do you have friends there? Are they going to college there?
Yeah, they actually live there. So one of them's going to Princeton, one of them's a junior, so he's still living in Manhattan.
Now, do you want to go to the East Coast for colleges, or?
Oh, I don't know. It's still up in the air.
You said you also took a trip to Carmel.
Yeah, I went down to Carmel by the Sea with my mom. We went to Big Sur, went to the beach, had a nice breakfast.
And you're getting some swimming in. Suddenly the weather's turned so nice, I guess.
We had these 2-hour practices in the morning from 8 to 10, which are nice, invigorating ways to start the day.
Good, good.
Cool.
Well, hope you stay invigorated for this match. Tommy Watts, you have spent most of this vacation at school.
Yes.
Doing what?
Volleyball practice, same time as swim practice, actually.
Oh my
10
goodness.
to 12.
And you've already been playing some matches. How's your team doing?
We're doing pretty well. We're 5-1. And that one loss was to the section champion last year. They're really good, so.
But they are giving you a week off next week. What are you going to do?
I'm going to work on my novel.
Yes, you told us about your novel, which is big, like a fantasy novel,
Yes,
right?
yes.
And what are you doing? What's kind of your work ethic when you are working on your novel? What do you do? Certain
all
hours of the
day,
day that you?
all night.
All day, all
Basically.
night? No rest?
Yeah, pretty much. Well, it's like I start I sleep in and then I work really late at night, generally.
Well, since most of these novels are like 1,500 pages, I guess you should work day and night.
Yeah, it's pretty long. It's like 200,000 words, which comes out to about 600-something pages.
Kind of like Harry Potter 3. Good luck with your book. Let's give a big hand to Wells Cookie Wadley, your coach. And Mr. Wadley, tell Mrs. Wadley that the toffee nut cookies are especially delightful. Not that I can be bribed. Anyway, Bears, I swear to goodness, just because you didn't bring me any cookies, it seems that you have brought something to show all of us today, Daniel Barkley, and I'm just going to take it away, Daniel.
Yeah, that's right, Brad. Just to remind everyone of what's at stake here, I thought I'd bring a couple things from our trip to Britain last
Okay. Please show us.
This is souvenir number 1. It's a golf club cover. My parents would have liked it more, but they don't play golf. So, it's gone.
Number 2.
This is a whiskey pourer, so it says, so I guess one would use it to pour whiskey. But if that's not exciting enough, then it adds a little bit of holiday cheer, see? I think we're going to move to the next person.
Who are you? Where's Daniel? Jessica Woods. Hey, Jessica. You're working on a project in your government class about, I guess, one of the darker moments of American history.
Yeah, it's actually about syphilis.
Yeah, but a specific time when this...
Yeah, the Tuskegee syphilis experiment, which is actually pretty profoundly horrible, but it's interesting.
And what is your project going to be? How's it going to be shaped?
It's supposed to focus on the interaction between the American government and the subjects and less on the science or medical or social ramifications. So unfortunately, that's not really as interesting. So we'll see. It's a paper, you know.
So do you do an oral presentation of it too, or is it just... No, don't want to talk about it. Yeah. There are actually some really great films on that, too, so I hope you've watched. Also, you're very involved with the swim team, right?
It's a relative term. I'm not really a very strong swimmer.
Not a strong swimmer?
Not a strong swimmer.
Do you tend to focus on the shorter events, or the...
Yeah.
How have you done so far?
Okay.
Well, at least the water's invigorating.
Oh yeah, the water's lovely.
Good, the water's lovely and the weather is fine. Well, good luck with both of those projects. David Hestrin, you're kind of a star spotter. You said you spotted a famous actress just the other day. Where were you and who did you see?
I was at Fresh Choice in Stanford, and I saw Lynn Whitfield.
Ah, Lynn Whitfield, a fine actress.
Yeah.
And then you saw somebody down south, too, recently.
Oh, yeah, I was in UCLA, and I was walking with my parents, looking at the campus, and we walked by Sidney Poitier.
What was he doing?
He was just walking around in a turtleneck with a friend. And
like you and me walking, or does he walk a special way?
He has a certain command to him.
That's good. He should. And also, you're spending some time this week visiting with an old friend who's visiting from Memphis?
Yeah, my friend Joe's here for the week.
He's in the audience. And you lived in Memphis for a long period of your life, huh?
Yeah, I lived there for 8 years.
What's the most striking difference, do you think, between the peninsula of San Mateo County and...
The climate. And
the climate? What's the climate like in Memphis?
Humid. They have seasons.
Yeah. We don't have seasons, do we? Just if it's above 68, we complain. If it's below 60, we complain, and that's about it. Yeah. Well, it's really good to talk to you, and let's give a big hand to your coach, Mr. Greg Whitna. And would you all join together in welcoming our mighty judge, Mr. Frank Saboti. We will be right back to play the second round after we watch this exciting video about Crystal Springs Uplands High School.
Welcome to Crystal Crystal Springs Upland School, enrolling 350 students grades 6 through 12 on a historic 10-acre campus in Hillsborough, California, attended by boys and girls from all parts of the peninsula.
Active participation in the classroom sparks a unique educational environment with many opportunities.
The 435-seat theater is not only a stage for our quality plays and musicals, but also is a place where we gather for morning meetings, sharing news, humor, and celebration.
The state-of-the-art Griffin Center offers students and faculty a place for physical fitness and health-related activities. The school's Mind-Body program emphasizes lifelong wellness.
Friendships flourish at CSU. The Commons is a hangout space where you will find most students during lunch, free periods, or spirit games.
Talented and engaging teachers, small class sizes, and the best available technological tools are all part of the school's approach to the best possible education.
The CSU experience is truly a rewarding one, providing a wonderful place to learn, grow, gain confidence, and make friends.
Welcome back. Well, here we are, the two of us. The three of us up here on the podium, and it's time to play the face-off round. Brian and Daniel are going to answer questions in the same category. Daniel, we've run out of geography places to ask questions about, I guess. You have switched to history, so I will have a series of 10-point history questions back and forth for each of you. If you get me the right answer, I'll give you the 10 points. If not, we move on until the buzzer signals the end of the round. So shake hands, gentlemen. Good luck to both of you. Brian, here is your first question. What king of Britain still held power in 1803 even though he'd lost the U.S. to independence?
George III.
George III is right.
Oh, that's right.
Daniel, 5 republics, 2 empires, and 3 monarchies. Describe the political history since 1789 of what European nation?
France.
Yes, France is right. Brian, this area was the subject of a 1937 Peel Commission report that suggested its division into a Jewish state, an Arab state, and a part that was neither. Name this region currently the subject of controversy and violence.
Israel or Palestine or the Middle East or...
He's given me 11 answers. What should I do? Should I give him one or give me one?
What? Palestine.
That's it. Palestine. Thank you, Judge. What Pennsylvania Democrat proposed in 1846 that all territory bought by the U.S. after the Mexican War be free of slaves?
Wilmot.
David Wilmot, that's right. After Robert Kennedy was assassinated in 1968, the Democrats' presidential nomination went to what incumbent vice president and former Minnesota senator who lost to Richard Nixon?
Johnson's vice president. Aldi Stevenson.
No, it's Hubert Humphrey.
Oh, Humphrey. Yeah.
What 1890 Supreme Court decision established the concept of separate but equal between whites and blacks?
Plessy versus Ferguson.
Yes, sir, that's right. And that signals the end of the round. We have 70 for Menlo Atherton, 80 for Crystal Springs Upland. Stay right here. Okay, we're going to a big, important final round in just a moment. But first, let's look at this video about Menlo Atherton High.
Atherton High School is centered in the heart of Silicon Valley. Amid this economically prosperous region is a high school that transcends all economic, cultural, and racial barriers. With nearly 2,000 students encompassing over 100 nationalities, MA is one of the most diverse student bodies in the entire United States. However, the beauty of MA lies in the wealth of opportunities it provides. Students are encouraged to participate in the arts, such as music, where we have one of the most renowned jazz bands in the Bay Area. MA offers a plethora of athletic opportunities, and the school has achieved great success in sports through the years. Students have a tremendous amount of school spirit, which presents itself at sporting events, pep rallies, and the annual Spirit Week parade. Menlo Atherton is most importantly a center for intellectual learning in an environment that promotes excellence in education. Menlo Atherton High School is a California distinguished school and in so many areas established itself as an outstanding public high school.
Welcome back! Welcome back! It's time to play the lightning round! I'm glad you were able to meet my co-host for next season. All right, everybody, I have a series of questions. The point values have doubled. I'm going to ask the question, and the first person to buzz in is going to get a chance to answer the question for their team, and if you get it right, you score the points. If not, the other team can collaborate, and your captain can give me an answer that will steal the points, okay? So put your hands on your buzzers. Now, if I don't complete the question when you buzz in, I'm not going to say any more. You're going to have to answer with what I've given you, and if you don't get it right, I will complete the question for the other team. Now, since we have two captains named Daniel, when I call your name, it's going to be Daniel, and your name is going to be Daniel. I'll figure it out. I'll figure it out. All right. First question. What medieval Persian astronomer and poet was introduced to the West by Edward Fitzgerald? Yes, Jessica.
Khayyam?
Oh, guess what happened? I see what's happened. Oh, the production assistants are going to get in such trouble. Yes, Daniel, you're right. Next question. What movie studios Orlando, Florida attractions include Kongfront? Yes, Jessica.
Universal Studios.
Yes, that's right. In Dostoevsky's The Brother Karamazov, who actually killed the father Fyodor? It was Smerdyakov. Gosh. Of course. The spineless cactus and the Shasta daisy were just two of the hybrid plants created by what famed? Yes, Daniel.
Luther Burbank?
Yes, Luther Burbank. At the 2001 British Open, what golfer got a two-stroke penalty after his caddy accidentally put an extra club in his bag? Everybody out there knew. Ian Woosnam. What 2002 movie described its plot as literally, a star is created? I saw it, it was more like a bomb is created. Simone. A 2 million square mile ellipse of deep blue water adrift in the North Atlantic, whose plant life looked like grapes to Portuguese sailors. Name this region of the North. Yes, Daniel.
Sargasso Sea?
That's right. What state's quarter to be released in 2003 shows the Perniquid Point light off its rugged coastline and a 3-masted schooner? Yes, Brian.
Maine.
Yes, it's Maine. The 1959 discovery of a 2-million-year-old skull at Africa's Olduvai Gorge was made by what? Yes, Daniel.
Leakey?
The Leakeys, that's right. What Hemingway novel contains the epigraph, "No man is an island"? Yes, Daniel.
Old Man in the Sea?
No, I'm sorry, that's incorrect. You can steal it.
Farewell to Arms?
No, For Whom the Bell Tolls. What is the cube root of 1,331? Yes, Tommy.
11?
Yes, it's 11. Name either of the two Major League Soccer teams disbanded in 2002. Miami Fusion and Tampa Bay Mutiny. What late Roman emperor abandoned Christianity and was thus nicknamed the Apostate? Yes, Daniel.
Julian?
Yes, Julian the Apostate. The state of Arizona was the defendant in the case that requires the police. Yes, Daniel.
Miranda versus Arizona?
I just needed Miranda. You got it. What branch of biology often requires use of a Punnett square? Yes, Daniel.
Genetics?
Yes, sir. That's right. On The Simpsons, what kind of animal was Cinnamon? Cinnamon was a rat. Sometimes it is also a Friday, which may even be worse. What are you afraid of if you suffer? Yes, Daniel.
Friday the 13th, or the 13th of the month.
That is
the number 13.
How many times? Okay, 13. Yes, you got it. And I didn't even have to say triskaidekaphobia. When the ideal gas equation is written as PV equals NKT, N is the number of moles and K is what constant? Yes, Daniel.
The ideal gas constant?
No, you can steal.
Go for it.
Boils?
No, Boltzmann constant. Careful now. Spell the soft drink similar to root beer called sarsaparilla. Yes, Daniel.
S-A?
No, Daniel.
P-A-R-I-L-L-A.
Yes, you got it. Careful how you pronounce his name. What French realist artist painted Olympia and then the Yes, Brian?
Manet.
Manet is right. What biotech company's 2002 collapse led the SEC to file charges against Martha Stewart? Yes, David.
Imclone?
Yes, Imclone system. It is the official term for a wave as it goes back toward the ocean after breaking on the shore. What word also describes what you get in your Coke can when your friend drinks out of it after he's eating Fritos? Yes, Daniel.
Backwash?
Yes, backwash. Blech. What carbon compound has the chemical formula CH4? Yes, Daniel Barkley.
Methane?
Methane is right. Its Italian type is divided into the major Yes, Daniel.
Oh, shoot. Sonnet?
Nope. Its Italian type is divided into the major arcana with pictures and titles and the minor arcana with coins, cups, wands, and swords. Name this deck of 78 cards used as a fortune-telling tool.
Tarot?
The tarot deck, that's right. And we see at the end, to go into the finals, Menlo Atherton. Crystal Springs, gentlemen, you played very well throughout, and you came up with some great answers. I'm sorry you didn't win, but I wish you the best of luck in all your future endeavors. Enjoy the rest of your spring break. And you guys better bone up, because who knows if you'll ever make it to another finals match. Well, this is your last finals match coming up, so you better win for your families and for your school. We'll see you next week, and we'll see all of you next week. Until then, goodbye.
This year's champions will be winging their way to Europe for an all-expenses-paid adventure to some of the world's most historic sites, courtesy of ACIS. We wish to thank The Chronicle for their continued support of Peninsula Quiz Kids. Mr. Friedman's wardrobe provided courtesy of Sartori of San Carlos. The producers of Peninsula Quiz Kids wish to thank the following: Molly Stone's Markets, Scottish Rite of Freemasonry of Burlingame, Target, The Tea Party, Jamba Juice, Klutz Publishing, Century Theaters, Silver Terrace Nursery, AEIS, Ronald Bland, Samtrans, and the San Mateo County Office of Education.